down in the den. So go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome to Down in the Den After Dark. It's your boy Mars, my boy King Petty, and the man himself, Mr. BJ Hines. And we are back again, season 2. Oh man, it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you, but we are back again, reunited, and it feels so good. So we're back with the best episodes, best content, as we always do. And today is an episode all about that hip hop, real hip hop. You know, we got a bunch of old heads. We are old school hip hops. We not quite Curtis Blow old, but we damn sure KRS-One old. So we are definitely some hip hop historians, I would like to say. But I saw Double XL. They had a survey out on the Twitter machine, and I was looking at it, you know, with some questions about hip hop, and I figured, man, what a perfect way to reunite the crew to go ahead and go over this. So, fellas, before we even begin into that, tell the den mates what you guys have going on. Of course, give them your social media details, and then we're going to go ahead and get started.
All right. Well, you can hit me on Snapchat, Eyes to My Soul, all one word. Let me see. John Petty Leggett, John Petty Forever Leggett on Facebook. Shoot, just been working, you know, keep everything together. Working some things out too. And getting money.
Yeah, man. Don't you got a new page, a new page up, like for your,
Oh, the loves and poems. Yeah, I'm doing. All right. So yeah, I've been writing poetry for probably as long as I've known y'all, but nobody knew. So
I knew.
I figured, well, you knew, yeah, but you know, I figured I'd just finally show a little bit of what I can do. Like I still write every day. Like I write about 3-4 poems a day. So I figured I just, you know, put it out there, let everybody see what I can do.
Check it out,
Hopefully
ladies.
maybe get something going on.
You know, we support all creatives, and my man is super talented. So please check him out. Check out his page. And my man BJ, that boy BJ, what's been shit? I'm dropping shit. What's been I may have had something before we started, but it's all good. It's just lubricate the conversation. But what's been going on, bro, man? What you got going on to tell everybody your social media details?
Well, follow my IG page, DJ Hines 757, Facebook, DJ Hines. And just being a father, being a husband, working, making moves as usual. Being a homeowner, I've been blessed these last couple months. Well, these last few months actually. Just being blessed and happy.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
I like the shirt.
Yeah, for real. You know, that definitely that shirt is we all need one of those. I might have to make one on the DITD Studios merch page, available now. Get your Down in the Den shirts, shower curtains, book bags, shit. We got everything, so check it out. But anyway, so on to this survey. Double XL. You can tell I'm out. I'm out of it. But Double XL, they had this survey, so we're gonna go through it. We all wrote our answers down. We all have our answers. So we're going to get into it. We're going to go around the room and we're going to discuss it. We're going to talk it. So this Double XL, I have it right here on the Twitter machine. They had some questions. Favorite rapper of all time, rapper you dislike, rapper that grew on you, most overrated rapper, most underrated rapper, and the GOAT. So which one do you guys want to kick? Do you want to just go in order, or which one do you want to start with?
We can go in order.
Go in order.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're going to go with number 1, favorite rapper of all time. So we're going to go over it, and then we're going to talk about why we agree or disagree. So for me, I'll start off, and then we'll go me, John, BJ, and we'll just keep going it in that order. So for me, my favorite rapper of all time, That was an easy one for me. He only has 2 real albums, but god damn it, to me, I'd never seen someone put lyrics together where it was just like, and it's none other than the late great Christopher Wallace, the Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Small, 2 albums. That's all he got. I don't count that shit where Puff was taking his answering machine messages and then throwing Eminem on it. It was like, hello, this is Chris. I'm not here. And then Eminem, there's 7 different levels to devil worship. I'm like, this shit don't even fit.
Oh my God.
But Biggie, to me, he is my favorite rapper of all time. I honestly don't think we would have had the Jays, the Lil Kims, the rappers that came after him. I mean, he made it dope to be a fat. I mean, Heavy D was probably the first one that made it dope to be a big boy, but Biggie was big and ugly and knocking down all the models, all the superstars.
He sure was.
Oh man, he was on all the shows. I remember when he was on Martin. That was one of my favorite episodes. And the flow, his flow is almost like singing. You know what I mean? Black and ugly as ever. However, with rock Gucci down to the socks.
You say that too. It's funny you say that too, because Biggie is actually my second favorite rapper.
Yeah, he's my favorite rapper.
My second favorite.
He never made, to me, and it might be because he only had 2 albums, he never had a bad song.
No.
Never had a bad feature. He even had a feature on Shaq and it was fire.
Yeah.
Better than Shaq's verse. I have that album just because of that song.
Of course it was better than Shaq's verse.
Shaq did rip that song too. You know, I can't front on that.
He was all right. So
he did, but to put Biggie on it, you know, it was worth listening to. You know, just because the fact Biggie was on it.
Biggie was on the song with MJ this time around. People forget about that. When I
forgot about that.
The first and only song where Michael Jackson cursed. The only song.
Right.
Like, this time around, not taking no shit. I was like, Michael.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I did. I totally forgot about that. And you know, Sean an MJ fan, so he knows.
Absolutely. So, John, who's your personal favorite rapper of all time?
Wayne.
Weezy F Baby, please say the baby. Why? Tell us a little about Wayne.
The catalog. I say. Okay, so when we grew up, we were on the Def Jam era, right? If I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
And then
late 90s.
And then once 2000 hit,
Cash Money taking over for the 99 and 2000.
And the person that stood still through all that was consistent was him. He's been consistent since 2000. So I can't say there's not an album I don't listen to from him. Every mixtape I have from him, basically, he's consistent. Like he has replay factor. You know what I'm saying? Like you can listen to his album and be like, oh shit, what did he just say on that? You know what I mean? Like Biggie did too. Like of course Biggie did. But these double and triple entendres nowadays these motherfuckers got is, to me, it's just like bars is just like out of this world to me.
So you've been a fan of Wayne since the cornrows Wayne, and then when he got the
since Block is Hot, Wayne, bro. Yeah, that was the first. When I moved to Cali, that was the first album I bought with the Block is Hot.
And the funny thing is, I didn't know Wayne was lyrical till he started doing the mixtape. Because you remember when he was with the Hot Boys, it was just like wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. You know, it was just very basic Southern. And then my cousin, she was like, "Oh, Wayne is the favorite." This is right before he started saying the best rapper alive, and she was like, "Lil Wayne."
500 Degrees.
Yeah, she was like, "Lil Wayne, the best rapper out," and I was like, "Lil Wayne, the little roach-looking dude from the Hot Boys," and she was like, "Cuz, listen to him." And she gave me one of his mixtapes, and I think he was rapping over J Beat, and I was like, "Damn, he got bars and metaphor." I'm like, when did he learn to write? And it just seemed like overnight. And then he stopped
writing. He stopped writing. He literally there's an album where he literally threw his pad away. It was like, all right, I'm rapping from now on, and just started freestyling. and
I
that's
mean, it's hard
every
to
album he
argue.
goes.
It's hard to
he
argue
he, he,
Wayne, and
de-
he's
he definitely
definitely. Go ahead, DJ.
no, go ahead.
No, I was saying he's definitely. I got to give him credit for being the father of your current wave of rappers. Everybody that has
Yeah.
the tattoos on their face and
Mm-hmm.
the dreads and the Uggs and the tight pants and I say him and Young Thug are probably the father of your modern day. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know if
It's
I
not a
would
good
want to
thing.
have some of these rappers as my kids, but for sure I can't argue Wayne. BJ, how about
Yeah.
you, man? Who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Well, y'all already know who my favorite is, but for the viewers out there who don't know, my favorite rapper is Jay Z. Jay Z is I've been listening to Hove ever since he was doing mixtapes before he was Hove. You know, when he was wearing the gold in his mouth and trying to rap like
Hawaiian
Twister.
Sophie J. Whew.
He was in
Hawaiian
English
Sophie
yeah,
and
J.
ooh, that was the
With
worst
Jazz
song
and
ever.
them.
Jazzo,
Man.
yeah,
absolutely.
but the reason why I love Jay so much because this man is 52, 53 years old, still killing it. He don't have he rap as a hobby. He don't have to do it, but when he do it at the age he is now, you like it's like listening to him for the first time. You like it's like who is this cat? I mean, he still delivers no matter what. And most guys his age kind of like die down a little bit with their flows and everything, kind of drop off a little bit. Not him.
Well, I think
Not
He
Jay,
him.
still
he's
Not him.
definitely one of
I,
Oh,
the goats
he
you
still has
still
the best
have.
verse to me on Drake's album. That's the best verse to me on Drake's album.
by far. He made
You still.
Jay Electronica's last album or first album or only
Yeah.
album. And it was really a Jay Z album. If you listen to it, Jay's
Mm-hmm.
on
Yeah, it was.
every
Every
single
album,
song.
every song.
Every song,
Every track.
and not announced. He's nowhere on the credits or anything like that. But he's literally on every song. Probably because Jay Electronica was like, "I'm gonna give you 16. That's all you're gonna get out of me." You know, Jay Electronica is engaged to a billionaire, so he also doesn't have to work. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
And used to be married to Erykah Badu.
he has a kid with her. I don't think he
Yeah.
got married, but I know he had a
Oh,
kid
okay.
with her.
Yeah.
All right, so
And
we got
and you still got producers and even rappers now. These new guys, they still, hey, yo, Jay, you want to be on a feature? Let me call Jay real quick. He's still one of the first rappers they call up.
Yeah, I mean he's a god, no doubt. So first round favorite rapper of all time, we got Biggie, we got Wayne, we got Jay Z. I don't think you can go wrong with that. I think that's a hell of a
Nah.
list. So let's go to question 2. Rapper I dislike that I don't rock with. For this one, this was easy. When this man comes on, I turn the song off. I don't know why he thinks he should be a rapper, but it's one man and one man only. One man, two names. And I'm going to tell it to all 3 of us. Birdman. Let me tell you, I fucking hate Birdman. And I may not be able to interview a lot of rappers because of this comment. So be it. Birdman sucks. The only thing he's good for is this.
Oh
That's it.
man.
That's it. I can name 5 songs right now that are fire until Birdman's verse come on, and you're like, one of my favorite songs. What happened to that boy? The
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you
murder,
were gonna say that.
murder that,
Eclipse classic. Eclipse classic.
murder that
Yeah.
song, and then Mister, I just got too much lotion on my hands, comes in and just ruins the goddamn song. Ugh, I hate the guy. So no respect on his name when it comes to his MCing. Birdman. He is the rapper I dislike the most. John, what say you? Who's your rapper that you dislike?
Soldier Boy, tell him I hate him with a passion.
Draco?
Oh my god, bro! Like I swear to God, like I actually listened to a song and I
Soldier
was like,
Boy?
like, what is he talking about? Like, the words didn't even match with at all. Like, it was like paying, like, mismatch. It was like putting mismatched socks together and putting the song together. Like, it don't, ooh, everything I've listened to from him literally burns my ass, burns my rectum, bro. Like, everything, bro. Everything about him burns my rectum.
Yo,
I just,
Makes your ass
she make
itch.
it clap inside. As soon as I hear that, she make it clap.
when I heard
clap,
that,
clap.
kiss me through the phone, I wish I could have put a fist through the phone. Like, tell you, hey, just
That
like, let
wasn't
me
for
choke
us.
you on your neck.
We were grown men when that came out. That was like teen
Yeah,
pop
but
rap.
still, we had to listen to it. Like, say you in the car driving, and all of a sudden, you listen to the radio, and all of a sudden this song come on. No, I don't want to hear it. I'll put on Travis Tritt. I'll put on some damn Miley Cyrus before I put on him. I swear to God, like, he is horrible to me, bro. Oh my God, I can't stand him.
I rock with Miley. That song she did with the Bangers album was dope. So BJ, who's the
Yeah, I
rapper
still
that
have
you
that.
dislike?
The rapper I dislike, oh man, Lil Nas X. I I I can't stand him. It's not. I mean, I can't stand him because he do too much.
So it's not his
You
music;
know
it's more of his
you know
antics.
he did what. Yeah, he did.
I think he's a
Yeah,
plant, bro. I think he's an industry plant. That's just me.
he do too much, and then for you to get on the internet after everything you did and say, oh, I'm going back to pussy, and then never mind, he takes back. I'm like, what? At this point now, you just trying to get attention.
Now,
That's all it's been the entire time.
I'm not gonna
At
lie.
this,
I rock Old Country Road or Road. What was that song? Old
Old
Town
Town
Road.
Road.
Old
Old
Country
Town Road.
Road.
I like that song. To me, his music quality doesn't match the antics. Like if he was making dope music, I don't think anybody would care about the Devil's Shoes and all that stuff. If you're making dope music, the music is subpar at best. He's got one song that I rock with.
Yeah,
What the hell was Panini?
that song came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
That
Old
song
Town
definitely
Road,
came out of nowhere.
know it. And I only like the version with Billy Ray Cyrus on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah,
was,
Billy Ray Cyrus did have a good verse.
yeah,
He
he had
definitely did.
I was like, damn, Billy Ray. I was like, that dude's spitting. All
I
right.
was impressed.
So the next one is Rapper That Grew on Me. And for me, I can literally remember the moment. DJ, you might have been there the first time I heard this rapper. I think you were. So for me, the rapper that grew on me, that when I first heard, I was like, this dude is pure trash, is Young Thug. The first song I heard
Yeah,
him was
I was
like,
there.
were you there, BJ? We were in the car. We were going to Atlantic City, and I think Chad, were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
And Chad, I had made this mix. You remember I had made the playlist with all the 90s
Yep.
rap. I had Nas and DM. We all in the car because we all the same age. Chad a little bit younger, but they like, damn, Sean, this playlist is fire. Chad sitting in the car
Yeah, I
like this.
remember that.
Chad just high.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cuz, what's the problem? I'm killing it right now. He was like, man, all this old ass music, man, this shit's whack. I was like, yo, I know he's not talking about DMX like that. I know he's not talking about Hard Not Life like that. I know he's not
Yep.
talking about the Fugees like that. He's like, yo, let me put some old shit. So I hand him the ops cord. The very first song I heard was in the lifestyle. And I was like, what the fuck did he say? That's not even all of us old heads, we was like,
Yes. Yeah. John, you had to be there.
Chad was like,
Dude,
John.
if you would have saw my reaction when I first heard it in the car and I'm riding with my ex, and I'm like, who is this? She was like, it's Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug. I'm like, who are these people? And I'm like, oh.
This is before the dresses or any of that. Just that song, I literally was like, the only word I understand is lifestyle. I was so upset. In fact, I think it was Alvin or somebody was like, if you don't give Sean that aux cord back and turn his bullshit off, and that was the end of his opportunity to be the DJ in this ride. But he made a 10 plus year career and he is iconic now. He's an icon, and so he kind of grew on me. John, what say you? Who's the rapper that grew on you that you did not rock with, but you finally was like, all right, you got me.
God rest his soul, Mac Miller.
I
Mac
didn't
Miller.
rock with Mac Miller till
That
after he
was.
passed. That's a good one.
It took me.
Okay.
I didn't listen to his first two albums, but then I went back, and then the Divine Feminine hit, and then Kids hit, and I was just like, it was. It had a jazz soul flow to it, so I was like instantly hooked. And then I was like, okay, like he's dope. And then also I start hearing Wiz, and I'm like, okay, so he rock with Wiz. And then I start hearing other people, and I'm like, okay, he's dope. Like it was just his whole catalog, even though his history with drugs and everything, but his taste for music was unparalleled. Like he was just dope to me. I don't know what it was. It was just it's eclectic, super dope.
Yeah, man, you might win the round on that one because you are absolutely right. I did not listen to Mac Miller at all while he was alive, and of course, the first thing you do when somebody passed, you pick up the title or the Spotify or whatever. You're like, let me see what this is about. I did it with Nipsey. I knew about Nipsey before, but I really went back and checked his catalog after he passed. But I never had no. I always liked them. I just never really listened to all the mixtapes. Same with X Tentacion, however the hell you say his name. So yeah,
I did
that's
the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Here's the crazy thing about the Nipsey thing. What you said about Nipsey. Remember when I was out there?
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah.
I was listening to Nipsey back then.
Yeah. No, I remember. I remember for sure. And I had heard him on a couple of songs. He was like on one of Snoop's album, I think the Blue Carpet Treatment, a couple of things.
And he was on Rick Ross's mixtape too.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, he's dope. He got a unique voice, but I didn't know about the whole marathon movement and all that. So for you, BJ, who's the rapper that grew on you?
Lil Baby.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of Dub Baby.
I never had a problem with Lil Baby. I just didn't really listen to his music like that, and then I was getting off work, and I was just like, I already had my earphones on. I was like, let me listen to Lil Baby, see what he about really. And I'm actually listening to his music. I'm like, okay. And then at the time, maybe still, he was the hottest young rapper out there. But listening to his music, I'm like, okay, I'm digging him. And it's not too many people from this new generation I'm digging, because we like the old guys now. We like, who the fuck is this? Who is this? What song they sing? Who they with? Oh, that's
to me. You still got to get a cosign. To me, you still got to have a cosign. You still got to get a cosign from me. Like from another rapper, from a legend, you got to get the cosign for me to be listening to you.
Yeah, those are good answers, both of them. Because you're right, BJ. When Lil Baby, because it was like 5 babies out at the same time, and I was like,
yeah,
who the hell is who? And it was like, and I think the Baby and Lil Baby went on tour together, and it was like Baby on Baby, and the Baby. I think he kind of blew up first, but then he kind of fell off real quick. And then I started listening to Lil Baby. And I think the first time I really, really listened to him was on that J. Cole track. And I was like, did he just murder J. Cole on his own shit?
Yep.
And then I heard him on the Drake track. And then I heard the voice in the Hero, the album with him and Lil Durk. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I heard him on the track with DJ Khaled, another one.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this dude is actually spitting. I don't know if that's auto-tune or his real voice, but if you listen to his lyrics, I was like, okay, he could have made it in any time period. He could have made it in the 90s, golden era, 2000s, whatever. He's fire. So hell yeah, that's a hell of an answer.
His Funk Flex freestyle is nasty.
I haven't heard that yet. I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. All right, so the next one was most overrated rapper. And for me, I had Future as my most overrated rapper.
Boy,
I
never lied.
I don't get it. I swear, there's some people. I got some friends in Atlanta that Future is their Jesus. They love Future, and I'm never gonna forgive them for that. Love LOV. I was like, who is this motherfucker having a stroke on on this Rihanna song? And they left it. I was like, they couldn't have edited that out of here. And so, man, I know he's done joint albums with Drake and Future. He's got like 2 songs I rock with, like 2, and the rest of them I don't get it. Maybe because I don't drink lean, but it's
Yeah, I only got 2 songs I deal with him on there.
he's
Yeah, that's about
super
it.
overrated to be. John,
Yeah.
who's your guy?
Another dude from Atlanta. Well, London actually. 21 Savage. Trash.
Mm. I saw him in 2019. I was at the um, Moonrise Festival in Baltimore, EDM Festival. In fact, it was the last one they had before the pandemic came and shut shit down. And it's mostly EDM bands and stuff. And as you can tell from the background audience, I'm hippie, Marlon Beardo, the bearded weirdo, black hippie, always trippy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he was there. And I was like, this is odd. So I was there with a crew of like 13, 15. We looking like the Rainbow Coalition. We got white people, Pakistanis, everybody. We all sit there living a plur lifestyle with the beads, and we just having a blast. And I was like, what say you? Will any of one of my fine Caucasian friends go observe 21 Savage with me? And they were like, all right. We were there for about 2 minutes. They looked at me and I was like, we can go. This shit is whack. It wasn't my favorite. So definitely overrated for me. BJ, how about you?
I got the same person as John, 21 Savage.
Praise God.
21.
I got the same person he had.
I'm kind of mad too that he got Amber Rose. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm mad he got on the song with J. Cole.
J. Cole is, I tell you this much. J. Cole elevates whoever he puts on the track with him. Like, I don't know if they have to step it up because he's a lyrical god. I don't know. But even when he features with people that you don't think he would feature with, they kind of elevate themselves. It's kind of like the Kanye effect.
Yeah.
But 21 was at a standstill because you heard like 4 words in 21. 4 words, 21. 4 words, 21. So I'm like,
yeah. No, he's not my cup of tea. Like I remember it was like him and then it was a comedian going by 22 Savage. And I didn't know which one came out first, but I was like, both of y'all kind of whack. So all right. So the next category was most underrated rapper. And for me, this was probably the hardest for me because what is underrated? And then what is your criteria for being underrated? I don't know, especially in hip hop because it's such a short lifespan. But for me, someone that had the cosigns, had the lyrics, had several hits, had great concepts, lyrically could probably go bar for bar with anyone in the industry. And I was just shocked that he never blew up. But for me, it was Lupe Fiasco. His first.
I like that one.
Yeah, his first album was executive produced by Jay-Z. His first song was on a Kanye feature. Hit Push was a global smash for like all genres. And Food and Liquor, to me, that whole concept was one of my favorite albums of that year. And he disappeared, man. I feel he's super underrated. And I don't know what it was, if the backing, if he pissed the wrong people off, made some enemies, maybe he's hard to work with. But I thought Lupe Fiasco was going to be the star for the next 10 years. And he just kind of fell off the map. But what say you, John? Who's your most underrated rapper?
The King of Kansas City, Tech 9.
Oh man, let me tell you, he
Okay.
just dropped. Have y'all heard the song he did with The Rock, where The
Yes.
Rock's rapping?
Yeah.
I wish he didn't do that. The Rock didn't do.
I know.
Rock, I love you,
But
Dwayne. I know you're not looking at this. I feel I can call you Dwayne. I've been a fan since the early '90s. You guys know. Probably my senior year in high school, I walked around talking like The Rock for a whole damn year. But I remember my girlfriend at the time was like, I was like, hey, what do you want to do for dinner? And she'd be like, oh, maybe we should go to Red. I'm like, it doesn't matter what you want. Almost got dumped because I couldn't stop myself. I was doing it to my mom. My mom slapped me in the back of the head. My mom was like, hey, what are you? I'm like, it doesn't matter what you want me to do, mother. But he didn't need to rap. I didn't like him when he did that song with Wyclef, and I did like, but everybody else on that Tech 9 song killed it.
Oh yeah.
See, it's the two people on there that people don't know, like King ISO. He been around in Oklahoma and like Nebraska. He's from Nebraska.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like King ISO, he's been. It's like so when you move up here, you start learning about people. So I started hearing about King ISO, and these are all people signed to Tech 9.
Okay.
I mean, like King ISO's been around for a minute, but Tech 9, he's just man. I heard about Tech 9 probably about a good 15, 20 years ago when I moved to the Bay.
He's been in the game for a long.
He's 45 years old.
Yeah, he's no spring chicken. I love that about hip hop now that you're seeing rapper like people forget Kanye's like 44, 45, 46. Jay-Z's in his 50s. Dre's
Cole
in
about to
his
hit 40.
50s. J. Cole is about to hit 40. Jay-Z, I think Nicki's like 38, 39. Drake's like 37, 38. So all of these guys that were the young guns are going to be in their 40s, and they'll probably be making music. I don't know about Nicki, but I could see Drake making music well into his 50s if he wants to. So man, Tech 9 is dope. Definitely underrated. But I also think he kind of likes that underground.
Yeah, because he's been independent ever since the beginning.
And you see Meek Mill, he was on Twitter talking about he ain't seen $1 from any record sale. So, that independent route at the end of the day might be the best route to go because it's a story we hear all the time. I didn't get a penny from my record label. BJ,
it's called what they want the back end.
They take that advance, not realizing they got to pay it, and then when the album comes out and nobody's selling records anymore. That's another thing. You remember back in the day, R&B groups was selling 3-4 million records. Like 112 got like 3 or 4 triple platinum albums. Drew Hill got multiple platinum albums. And now no one goes.
It's all about how many followers you can get.
No one goes platinum. But BJ, how about you? Who's your underrated rapper?
The most underrated rapper. This dude that guy, he can go bar for bar with anybody. And he's well known, he has hits. But when you talk about lyrics, I've always said nobody talks about this dude because don't nobody take him seriously. And that's Ludacris. I think Ludacris. To me, Ludacris is so underrated because when he did his videos and whatnot, a lot of his videos he joked around and stuff like that. But when you listen to his albums and he's really serious about his shit, matter of fact, I think his first three albums, he at least had one song that was a whole freestyle on like his first three albums. And Ludacris, he I like his lyrics. He kills it, but don't nobody never mentions this dude. And rightfully so. Everybody talks about, when it comes to lyrics. Rightfully so. They talk about the Jay-Z, the Biggies, the DMXs, the Pop, but don't nobody. I don't never hear nobody mention Ludacris. And I'm like, y'all do know Ludacris can spit them 16. Y'all know he can go bar for bar with anybody.
That release therapy got him a Grammy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
That's what I
and
said.
like,
If you listen to his first 3 albums, I think his first 3 or first 4, he at least has one track where he's just straight freestyling.
Yeah.
It's not something he's just straight freestyling. And you like, damn. Okay.
And I think he's only one rapper that one of the only few rappers that have an Oscar also.
yeah, because he was in the cast with for
and Crash.
Crash, yeah, and I think the whole cast got an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, BJ, I think you got the round for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
He's so underrated that I totally forgot that Ludacris raps, and I think because he's been doing movies and going to space and Fast and Furious, and then he's so commercial. Like all his, like as soon as he came out, he went pop instantly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, he held his own. People forget, like he was in a beef with T.I. when T.I. was that dude, and he held his own. I never forget that line when he was like, "Yeah, you worth a couple $100,000. You mad because me and my, your house and my fish tank cost the same?" I was like, "Damn, goddamn, why'd you do that, man?" I was like, "Your house and my fish tank cost the same."
That's what I'm saying. That's why to me, Ludacris have always been an underrated lyricist.
Oh yeah, bro.
Definitely. And I still, to this day, nothing will make me drive in traffic faster than Move Bitch, Get Out the Way. You put that on, I will be whipping through lanes like Speed Racer or Dale Earnhardt Jr. for sure.
Mm-hmm.
DJ, your camera's off.
Yeah, my cousin beeped in on me. There you go.
No problem. I'll add a picture in post. All right. So, damn, yeah. For me, BJ, you get the round on that one because Ludacris is definitely probably the most underrated rapper out there. So this is the big one. This is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And there's a lot of criteria, lyrics, album sales, cultural impact, influence, legacy. There's a lot. And I don't think there's no wrong answer. And I know I feel all three of us might have the same, but I don't know. But I feel I know you guys. But I'll start it off. For me, the greatest of all time is that man Jigga Jay-Z. For me, he's the greatest of all time, and I'm going to tell you why.
Hallelujah.
The man came out in 1988. He was a legacy artist for Big Daddy Kane. That was his OG, Big Daddy Kane. And then he was rocking with Jaz-O. That's where we get the whole name from. And did really nothing from 88 to 96.
94. Is it 94?
96 is when Reasonable Doubt came out.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So really did nothing from 88 to 96. He was out there still hustling. And then he dropped Reasonable Doubt. I think no one will disagree that it was a classic album at all.
I still listen to it.
And for like 8 straight summers, he had the best album of the year for 8 straight summers. Then at one point, I think I was signed to Rockefeller. They had Oh Dirty Bastard, they had Nori, they had Dipset, they had Bings, they had Memphis Bleak, they had
everybody.
They had everybody on that label. Nobody ever came out, but the State Property, Cameron, Dipset, everybody. Then had a second career with Roc Nation, where they got Rihanna, Ye, Meek Mill's Roc Nation, everybody,
Big Sean, everybody.
And then managed, even though he, was obviously cool and one of the biggest stars, as a walking, breathing camel, was able to marry and impregnate Beyonce and cheat on her,
Yep.
and she stuck with him. And
Yep.
have you ever seen how that
And
man?
then the whole album Eliminate was about him.
Yes. And then he
Yep.
did a reply album with 444, the marketing, and then they did the Carter's album, like, hey, we all together, and made it into 2 top-selling tours. Of course,
Yep.
he got the Duce, which has got me faded many a nights with a nice ice cold coat. Everybody
That's
was
great.
wearing them ugly ass Reeboks, some fake ass Gucci shoes that he was making, them S. Carters. Everybody had some
Yep.
Rockaware something. You had a Rockaware shirt or jeans or sweatshirt. Everybody
Still got
I
one.
had a sweatshirt.
title. When Jay-Z said we don't wear jerseys, I'm 30 plus, let me tell you, I threw all my jerseys away for at least 2 years. Well, I got ironically, I got the Kobe on, but I'm always gonna represent the Mamba. But for at least
I stopped wearing them for a little bit too, Sean.
I did too.
I threw away all
They
my
went deep in the
Timbs.
closet.
When he said Tim's is off that, we off that. I mean, an influencer, well respected. Some of the things he's done behind the scenes, low key, like we are gonna have this Super Bowl, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. That's because of Jay-Z. Jay-Z is now, and Rock Nation are now in charge of putting the Super Bowl. And we've had nothing but bomb Super Bowls since they've taken over. And of course,
Yep.
the first hip hop billionaire. Yes, Kanye has lapped him, but the first one, that's always going to be Jay-Z. For me,
Yep.
with that, and then like you said, we touched upon this earlier, 50 plus years old, and when he drops a verse, he steals the song. It's over.
Yep.
If you're on the song with them, it's over. You lost. The only person that I may say had wrecked Kendrick Lamar, and that bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh man.
Kendrick said he had to go back and add an extra verse. When Jay sent it to him, he was like, oh shit, because it was just supposed to be Kendrick's old verse and Jay. He added an extra verse because he was like, oh no, you're not going to just kill me like this on my song. You're not going to do this. He survived Nas. I don't think anybody else would have survived Nas at all. And to me,
they got a song together now.
Yeah, several songs together. To me, I think Takeover was better because he killed Nas and Mobb Deep in one song. But
that is true. Yeah.
Everything he said was factual. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Nas was like, "Oh, you ugly. Okay, that's subjective. Oh, you can't grow a mustache. Okay, that's subjective." Jay was like, Jay was just spitting facts. Like, you dropped 5 albums, 2 of them, one was a classic, the other was that's what was the line? That's one hot album every 10-year average. Nigga, that's so lame. So for me, yeah, Jay is that guy. He's the GOAT. He's not my favorite.
That man said I sold what your whole album sold in my first week.
First week. That was facts. Like you could look up the numbers. So, and let's not forget that Dig a Hole where he just killed Cameron.
Yeah.
On Kingdom Come.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Killed Mobb Deep. Who else did he beef with? There was some.
I don't think he lost the battle. I don't think he lost the beef.
A lot of people say Nas got him, but that's opinion. But John, who's your? I've talked too much. Who's your GOAT?
He even did 50 Cent when 50 was an underground rapper.
Yeah, man. I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent?
Yeah.
He killed him so bad. 50 went up and thanked them afterwards. Like, man, thank you for even putting my name on this shit. So, yeah. Triple entendre king, subliminal king.
Wait. Yeah, my GOAT is the same. It's Hov. It's no other person like it. No, there's no other person. You can't call. I mean, sure enough, Kendrick will be there, but nah. There's Hov is the equivalent to everything that. Yeah, especially if you've been around as long as we've been around.
Yeah.
That was like the Bible. That was the
We
Bible.
remember we're all, we can admit it. We're all in our 40s, early 40s, very early 40s, but we're in our 40s, and especially with me, you guys were the older brother in your families. I was the younger brother. So I had a brother 10 years older than me. So when I should have been listening to Wheels on the Bus, I was listening to Eazy-E and Public Enemy and NWA. So I really have a hip hop history. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
I can remember when like listening to Too Short in 1988. I can remember listening to Fear of a Black Planet in 1989, Public Enemy. I remember listening to KRS-One when he was in Boogie Down Productions. He wasn't even solo, it was just Boogie Down
Me
Productions.
too.
I remember
Me too.
NWA, Straight Outta Compton, and 100 Miles and Running. I remember Ice
Right.
Cube, Death Certificate. I
Classic.
remember even the Digital Underground Sex Packets, Tupac,
Classic.
strictly for my niggas.
Yeah.
I remember Ice-T, Colors. I remember all of that stuff vividly because it was inground. And then I remember my generation, our generation, the 90s, when you had your Jay, your Nas, your Big Pun. Well, he was more 2000s. I remember Fat Joe, Flo Joe, when he was digging in the crates. I remember
Mason Cameron back in the day.
Mason Cameron, Black Moon, The Locks, on and on and on. 2000s when Nelly was killing it. Nelly had us doing the Chicken Head and Chingy and Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Rockefeller, Chris and Neat, Young Gunners and State Property and everything. And then
all that.
And then I don't know when I got old, but it just felt like hip hop got really bad for when we had Lil Everything. Everybody was
the Lils showed up,
Lil Pump. But BJ, I'm pretty sure we're on the same accord here. But for you, who's your GOAT?
Yeah, you already know my GOAT is Hov. When I turned 30, I mimicked some of the things he did. When Jay started wearing his earrings, I started wearing mine. Real shit though, because like Sean said, we're all the same age. Once we hit 30, once we hit 30, and Jay was still putting out albums. Jay was like, it's like he was speaking to us on some grown man shit.
He was the wave. Basically, he's the
wave. Once we turned 30, Jay-Z, he made us move different. He made us move different. He made us act different. Act different in a good way.
Yeah.
He put us on some grown man shit.
It's the reason I never got spinners. I was this close to putting some spinners on the Scion, but because of Jay-Z, he was like, "Don't do that shit. Don't be ridiculous." He saved my life. And guys, you guys went to high school before all the beard and stuff. Let me tell you, they used to say I look like Jay-Z, and that got me.
Red Beretta.
Yes, sir. I got a lot of love in college because of that. I may have met, especially with both our names being Sean, there was a couple of dumb girls that didn't realize that I am not that man. Back in your 98, 99, I've been shout out the club 4400 in Norfolk, but I've been there with the ODU girls. Oh my God, Jigga Jay-Z, why are you here? I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to go.
They really stupid. If they would have figured out, they would have known Jay-Z 6'3".
Yeah, they didn't figure it out. They didn't figure it out. Considerably shorter than the man, but before I could grow all the facial hair, a couple of times we had the same haircut, everything, and I may or may not have done that on purpose because it was getting me a lot of love. So yeah, man, absolutely. I think Jay-Z's the GOAT. I think at the end of I can't even put him on the Mount Rushmore because he's his own thing. You know what I mean? he's his own thing. I would love to see a J Nas versus. We've been talking about versus. We had recently some icons, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, and I kind of
Oh
forgot
man, yeah.
how dope Big Daddy Kane was because when
Oh,
we were
oh
growing
my
up,
God, yes.
he had a lot of pop records. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
you didn't want to go pop in the late '80s, early '90s. I think that's what killed Hammer when you look like a sellout, and so I didn't like all that dancing and stuff. But then when they did that versus,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
honorable
And
That
mention.
brought me. That brought me back there. That brought me back. That was just like the Ja Rule and
it,
Fat Joe. When that brought me, that showed me that Ja Rule really has
it,
staying power. Like the Ja
it,
Rule and the Ja Rule, when that showed me that Ja Rule got hits, bro.
mm,
That we all through 2000 he ran that.
Well, I
And
went
we
on
got to think
record
about that.
saying that if Ja and 50 had did the versus, Ja was going to watch them. I went on record for saying that. I knew he was going to watch Fat Joe because after they did Lean Back
oh
and What's
yeah.
Love, Fat Joe was
Mm-hmm.
pretty much out of ammo.
Then
And Ja's music is timeless. Like you put on that one here with Bobby Brown right now. All I need is a stage god. You're getting bored.
every
Ja got
album from him was like timeless.
yeah, man. So honorable mention before we end this episode. Honorable mention something I've been doing on Down in the Den is a question that I ask a lot of artists, but we normally do a musical Mount Rushmore, and I don't think we've ever done it here in the After Dark
Mm.
edition. So I want to close it out. Who are your hip hop Mount Rushmore? Who's your four? BJ, I'll let you go first.
This is very easy for me. Hove, Biggie, Rakim, KRS-One.
Yeah, it's not bad. John.
Hove, Biggie, Pac, Snoop.
Mm, that's hard to beat too. For me, I have four specifics for a reason because I believe these four are the most universally known hip hop artists. So for me, mine is Hove, Snoop, Drake, Ye. Those are my hip hop because I think those. I don't think Ye is better than KRS-One, but those are the four rappers that I think change rap
Yeah.
to
Mm.
if you take away Big's catalog, Jay catalog, Drake catalog, and Ye catalog, hip hop is very different.
Yeah.
All you have is Kendrick and Cole.
Would you have a Kendrick and Cole without a Jay or
None of
without
them, no.
you
Probably
know,
doubt
because
it.
Nope.
No, I doubt it.
those,
Nope.
hip hop builds on the generation before. So if you take those artists away, like you're definitely not going to hear today's
Nobody.
hip hop at
You be
all.
hearing shit like Riff Raff. You be hearing shit like Riff Raff and Soldier Boy all day long.
Ugh,
Yep.
ugh.
And you know what's crazy? And you know what's crazy is now, Drake. Well, Drake, he's my favorite from this new generation. I've been a Drake fan since he first came out in 2010. But because Drake reminds me of Hov. When he jump on something, when Drake jump on somebody else shit, oh, it's a wrap. You can hang it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
He makes
'Cause
he making you change
Right now,
featuring
for
But
me, it's
Drake,
Kendrick.
yeah, Kendrick is my favorite from this generation. I wish he put more music out, for
Oh, it's
sure.
coming.
Oh,
It's coming.
I know, but I think he wanted to get some space to clear from the whole Ye Drake battle that they had going on. But I mean, I still every
yeah,
morning I get up, I say, "Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get." That's my
yeah,
mantra. That's my motivator. So yeah, man, that's definitely a good musical or good hip hop Mount Rushmore. But bro, guys, this has been a blast. Shout out to Double XL for putting on this survey. It's definitely a good talking point. I want you guys, if you want the survey, I'll put it up there. I want you guys, the den mates, to go in the comments. Tell me who you guys are. Do you agree with us? Do you think one of us was wrong? Do you think one of us was off kilter? Do you think we were spot on? Did somebody's answer you like better? Let us know. Put those comments, comment, subscribe, like the theme song says.
No
Please,
Silk and Shockers.
no silver shockers at all. It ain't my
No
fault.
Master
oh man,
P.
please don't,
Did I do
please
that?
don't.
Yo, Master P, shout out to the God Master P, man, because let me tell you, every time I see it, I was about to close out, but I got to bring this up. Every time I scroll on Instagram and I see Master P selling Uncle P's rice or the Money Yaya clothing lines, and I'm like, that man's a hustler. I don't know if anybody's ever going to
Yeah.
buy any, but god damn it, he is a hustler supreme.
That is a fact.
His son done got people to go to ICDC college.
That is a fact.
Yeah, he got his sons making millions of dollars with very little ability, so I can't hate at all. You know, Romeo is somehow on every TV show with, I don't want a girlfriend. That's his claim to fame, but you know, whatever. He made it happen. So salute to Uncle P for sure. I'm gonna give me some rice. Send us some rice, Uncle P.
All right.
What them rap snacks?
Or the rap snacks, for real. But it's been another episode, man. Thank you guys for joining us, of course, on Down in the Den After Dark. It's the best place for the raw conversations, the best way to get some laughs, chill back. For your boy, the short man who's not here, we'll get him back as soon as possible. For my man, King Petty, please check him out, Eyes to My Soul. For my man, that boy BJ William Hines, check him out on IG. We appreciate y'all for listening to season 2. It's just going to get yummier and yummier. We're back, Down in the Den, and as always, deuces. With those gang signs, I don't know. Please, if you're in a gang, don't get me. All right, guys. I may have accidentally threw something up. As always, deuces, y'all.
All right, yo.
So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now.